Welcome to Broken Tusk Rising, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition actual play in the Galarian campaign setting. We're playing through the Quest for the Frozen Flame adventure path.
I'm Jessica, and I'm playing Zancath, the halfling fighter.
This is Josh, and I'm playing Corgo, the human barbarian.
I'm Ashley, and I play Aklep the Druid, a former member of the Burning Mammoth.
Last time on Broken Tusk Rising, the scouts returned to the Calamity Caves, exploring a wet tunnel ending in a pool, and then crossing a bridge over sleeping wolves to find a chamber hewn from the rock. At the other end of the chamber was an offering bowl and a glowing painting of a white dragon looming over cowering worshippers. Zancath carefully approached the bowl, only to be magically attacked by a wave of negative energy. 4 bison skulls then floated up from the ground and erupted in ghostly flames, then attacked her, trying to shove her away from the shrine. Now Zancath is nearly surrounded, and it's her turn. Zancath, what would you like to do?
Okay, I'm gonna stab the one to the south of me, which should be off guard because Corgo and I are flanking.
That's right.
That's a 16.
That is a hit.
Oh, cool. I did not expect that. Okay, there's sneak attack added on. 11 damage.
11 damage. DM's note, I have set all of the monsters to weak because the party is currently down by 1, and Corgo doesn't have his animal companion. So the players are facing weaker versions of the enemies than they would normally face.
How kind.
And what else do you want to do? That's 1 attack.
How injured does it seem after that 1 attack?
That attack was pretty brutal. It doesn't look happy with it, but it is still floating around and trying to gouge you with its horns.
Okay. I'm going to take 2 steps. So I'm going to step beside it, and then I'm going to step beside Corgo. So I don't leave its...
threatened area.
Yeah. I don't leave... sorry, I was trying to make a decision. I don't leave its threatened area. I'm beside Corgo now, so at least we can both take some damage when they attack.
Okay.
And so that's my turn.
So Zancath steps to the south of her previous location around these floating bison skulls and is no longer quite as surrounded. Well, she wasn't completely surrounded, but now she's not surrounded at all. And she's standing next to Corgo. And that's the end of her turn. Aklep, it's your turn.
Oh, wow. This is exciting. Aklep is going to step up.
All right.
Ooh.
10 foot. He is going to lay a hand on Zancath, and he is going to cast Heal.
Yay!
All right, a 2-action heal, I guess? Or 1-action heal.
A 1-action heal has the range of touch.
Yeah, that's true.
And thus, I would like to do that.
All right, 1-action heal.
It's 5 healing.
Cool.
All right, 5 points of healing for Zancath.
I take it happily.
And you have an action left, Aklep.
I have 2 actions left because that was a 1-action healing.
You moved.
Well, you strode first.
That's uncool. Okay, so do I have to tell Grifka to go hit something? Or does Grifka just do it?
Grifka has 1 action even if you do nothing.
Okay.
Right? But Grifka, if you use an action, can have 2 actions.
But so he would have to walk also. Like, I'd have to tell him to walk, and then he could use his other action to hit.
That's right. So if you use an action to command Grifka, Grifka can stride and then strike.
I will use an action to command Grifka so that Grifka can go do his stuff, too. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how much movement he has.
He has plenty of movement.
25, okay.
Yeah, 25 movement is enough to get up to the bison skulls.
Okay, and then he will smack with his tendril strike.
Yeah.
The guy. The closest one. 15 to hit?
15 is a hit.
Great. Damage.
Tendril of flaming rock strikes out.
Really? Does he have 2d6? He's pretty cool.
How much damage?
It's 5
That's
damage.
Minimum damage.
Sad roll. That's a sad roll right there. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, 2d6, I got a 5. 2d6 plus 3, I got a 5. So
Yeah.
I was just impressed that you got to roll 2d6, but apparently, my dice are being my dice.
I am impressed by the 2d6, but the dice do have to cooperate a little bit for that to be really impressive.
That's the end of Aklep's turn. Korgo, you are now flanked by Grifka and Zancath. You feel like you're in a much more strategically sound position. What do you want to do?
Now that we're strategically sound, Korgo's gonna rage.
That seems right.
Probably not hold this nice line.
It's probably not going to be very strategic for long. Yep.
Okay, Korgo gets mad, and he turns back into a cat, and he's gonna bite and scratch this thing. Okay, here we go. I'll roll the natural one.
Hero point.
I don't want to use a hero point. There's no, since if we had fumbles,
Yeah.
Sure.
I would use it, but fumbles. Okay, second attack, whatever. Another natural one.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
Okay, so what is going on with Korgo that he is clawing at this thing and has rolled 2 natural ones? What's happening here?
So back to last episode, this thing impaled him and moved him over. So I think I imagine Korgo's in the air. It's being held up. He's being held up in the air by these bison horns, and he's sort of ineffectually scratching and clawing at the thing. He can't reach. He's reaching down, trying to bite it. He can't do anything. He's just totally worthless at the moment, except for the strategic positioning that he's currently in.
So you've raged and made 2 attacks, which resulted in natural ones. You are held at bay by this creature's horns and cannot get to it. All right, that means it is the bison's turn, the bison skulls. Has anybody done nobody's done a knowledge check on these things, have they?
I did a religion check, but kind of flunked it.
Yeah, okay. All right, that's right. All right, so this first one floats up to Grifka.
Don't you dare.
Who do I want to attack, though? Because I could get to Korgo.
Yeah.
Korgo looks pretty incompetent at the moment.
Ouch.
Yeah, I think I was going to try hitting Korgo. 28 to hit.
That hits.
So first the damage. 5 points of damage as you are gored by this horn. And then it's going to use its push action. So this is an actual action, not a reaction. I'm going to push you back. And that means it's going to shove you. That requires it to make an athletics check. And it got a 24.
Yeah, it succeeds.
All right, because it used an action and not a reaction, Korgo is pushed back 10 feet.
Ah!
So it sort of flings Korgo off of the horn of that other skull, and he goes flying through the air and lands 10 feet back. And so that was 2 actions. It now has a third action. Shove has the attack trait, doesn't it?
I think so.
Attack, there it is, yes. So Shove has the attack trait, so that means that it attacks again, but now it's going to have a big penalty for this. Its third action, its second attack, but it has the multiple action penalty that is so big that it probably won't hit Grifka. 8. Yeah, so it fails to hit Grifka with its horns. All right, that's that bison head's turn. The next one is a badly injured one toward the back, and it floats down next to Zancath and tries to do the same thing to Zancath. First, it attacks with its horn. A 22 to hit.
I am going to use a reaction to do a nimble dodge, which adds 2 to my AC, which means it misses.
Wow, okay, cool. So it fails to hit you. You dodge out of the way at the last minute, and it attempts to hit you again with a horn, but this time only a 16.
Does not hit. Duck again. I just slide out of the way.
And that's the end of his turn, because it had to move and then 2 attacks. The next bison head floats through its allies into the space between Grifka and Zancath and attacks Zancath,
Rude.
who finds herself almost surrounded again.
It's weird how this keeps happening.
Only a 12 to hit.
For short does not hit. Yay!
And attempting again, another 12.
Yep, that's another miss.
The last bison head. This is the one in the very middle that Zancath had been beating on, and that is also in pretty rough shape. Korgo hit it as well. No, I'm sorry. No, you didn't. You rolled 2 natural ones. You didn't hit it.
Oh, thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, yep. It will attempt to attack Zancath. A natural 1.
At least the dice like one of us. That's a miss.
then it attacks again. Doesn't have to move. A 23 to hit.
Finally, it works. It hits.
Okay. And damage. 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And with its last action, it will attempt to shove you.
Okay.
And it fails to do so.
Yeah, it does.
Rolling an 8.
I'm not even sure what that's against, but it's definitely a failure.
Your fortitude DC.
Yeah, definitely a failure.
So that's the end of the creature's turn. They have managed to move forward a bit and throw Corgo back a bit. But aside from some slight injuries, not a lot has been accomplished on their end. And that is Zancath's turn again.
I'm going to do a feint and act like I'm going towards one of the others, but I'm going for the one directly above me, the one that seems to be the most badly injured. So that's a deception check.
Mm-hmm. Against its will DC?
That's a 13. That's probably not going to do it. I don't remember. I don't know.
That exactly does it.
Whew. Okay, cool.
Yay!
So it is off guard to me.
Okay.
And it takes a -2 circumstance penalty to its next attack roll against me before the end of its next turn. Wait, I'm pretty sure that makes it... Yeah, that makes it off guard to me, right? Feint.
Yes, I think
Okay.
so. Let's look.
Just making... Because that should give me sneak attack. Leave an opponent flat-footed to your attack. Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, I had to check my cheat sheet, which is old and does not say off guard, but yeah. Okay, now I'm going to stab it hard with a 24. And that is a critical hit.
It was hard.
It was, I'm having a bad day, so.
That is a critical hit.
16 damage. That doesn't do it.
Wow. Okay, so with that, Zancath strikes this weird skull. The flames immediately sputter out, and it just crashes to the floor in a clutter. It just makes a clattering noise as the bone shatters and just falls to the floor.
Okay,
That's one down.
that's one down. I kind of wish that critical had a hit on a different one, but, we are happy with criticals when they come. I am going to then stab the one in, I'm going to stab the one in the middle, the one that
Okay.
Corco just valiantly tried to attack.
So brave.
That's a 16.
That is a hit.
This one does not get sneak attack. It's 6 damage.
This one also explodes in a cloud of bone and clatters to the floor, destroyed.
Woo! I'm feeling better about this fight now. Though I am still terribly injured. That's the end of my turn.
Aklep. Zancath just destroyed 2 of these floating skulls.
I know. Aklep look shocked. He's looking at Zancath, down at his feet. He stands behind her, and he's like, "Oh, a question about Pathfinder."
Uh-huh.
Aklep's right, diagonal to one of these guys,
Mhm.
and Aklep is not a hand-to-hand combatant.
Right.
He is into casting. So does he have a negative to casting something that is right beside him?
No. Although if this creature has attacks of opportunity and you cast a spell with a manipulate trait, the creature will get an attack of opportunity on you.
Ah.
You're uninjured. It would probably be fine, but you could take a step backwards, and that gets you out of melee. And they can't take an attack of opportunity on a step. So you could use an action to step backwards 1.
Okay. Aklep is going to casually step backwards.
Okay.
1.
All right.
And then he is going to cast Electric Arc.
Ooh.
So it's an arc of lightning that's going to leap from one target to another. And each target takes 2d4 electricity damage with a basic reflex save.
Nice.
All right.
So I will cast to hopefully hit both of these guys.
All right. I wonder if this works if I can click on the creature, then click Save DC 20 Basic Reflex. Yeah, that
Cool.
works.
Yeah.
And then I click on the other one, and I click Save DC 20 Basic Reflex. Yeah, it worked. So one of them, the one north of Grifka, gets a 17 and fails. And the other one, the one between Grifka and Aklep, gets a 26 and succeeds.
What makes a spell heightened?
I don't... you have to put it in a first level spell slot,
Yeah.
but it looks like it is heightening your spells whether you like it or not.
Yeah, it's heightening all of them. I mean, I love it.
I think,
But-
is it actually heightening it, or is it just? Well, I guess it's probably normally 1d4,
It says
isn't it?
heightened +1.
Well, if I'm
But
gonna
is that
roll,
an
it
option?
says roll 3d4. Like it, the basic damage it wants me to do is 3d4. I appreciate how amazing it thinks I am, but I'll roll 2d4 instead.
When you prepared it, did you put it in a higher spell slot?
It's. I think it's in her.
It's just a cantrip.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't make it just roll 2. Oh, wait, no. We had this last time. I had to
Yeah,
do
we had this
2d4
last time.
like this.
Did it manually.
Wow.
4 points of damage to each of them. One of them only takes 2.
I thought that would be cooler.
So this lightning arcs from one bison skull to the other. They both get zapped. One of them a little bit more than the other. Anything else you want to do? Oh, that's the end of your turn. You've had 3 actions.
I've had 3 actions, but Grifka would like to hit.
All right, go for it.
The one between me and Grifka would be off guard. Is that the right terminology? Yes, off guard.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
we're flanking.
Let's hit that one. What does that mean for me?
It gets a penalty to its armor class.
Cool.
Okay. So pause real quick on the attacking. According to this random post on Reddit that I just found, and this person who says that they're a dev for Foundry, cantrip/focus spells auto heighten, but it doesn't really give a reason why. I know that's not
Get
helpful.
your act together, Foundry.
Auto heighten.
Stop heightening our cantrips.
Yeah.
I see in a bunch of places a cantrip is always automatically heightened to half your level rounded up.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing as well.
Okay, so it looks like maybe that is the correct damage.
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay.
Alright, I'm doing another d4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, listeners, after doing some research, we have determined that Foundry is doing this correctly. Cantrips automatically heighten to half your level rounded up. Aklep was supposed to be doing 3d4 damage, and so Ashley has just rolled another d4, adding 3 more points for a total of 7,
I see.
or 3 to the creature that's taking half damage.
So that's to make the damage scale a little bit as you level up. So
Yeah, I
idea.
thought it scaled in a different way. I didn't realize it scaled by automatically heightening.
Okay, I take back everything I said about you, Foundry.
I'm so strong.
Great job.
Did Grifka want to attack?
Yeah, Grifka rolls an 18 to Tendril Strike. Or, yeah, that off guard guy.
That is a hit.
Let's see what kind of heightened damage he has. Alright, that's a 9.
9 points
It
of
is
damage.
fire damage. I don't know if that makes a difference. Or it's 2d6 plus 3 fire.
Yeah, so actually, all that fire damage seems to harm this thing. It, in fact, is not immune, although it's on fire. It is not immune to fire damage.
Delightful.
We're not even resistant. Grifka strikes this thing with a fiery tendril, and it scars this skull, and it's damaged. And that means it is Korgo's turn again.
I believe in you, Korgo.
Ah, me too.
Now, this creature is not off guard to Korgo because he is not on either side of it. One of the people on 2 sides.
That's fine. 23 to hit.
Yeah.
23 is a hit. Not a critical hit.
12 damage.
12 points of damage. Korgo, how do you kill this thing? I imagine Korgo just, in a rage, just walks up to it and just smashes one fist down on top of it into the ground.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, I like that visualization.
So he smashes it with an overhead fist down into the ground, and it just scatters into 1,000 pieces.
He just kicks the horn off to the side of the room angrily, and then he just steps where it was so that we are back in our formation where we've got this whole thing. Not that the strategic maneuver really matters anymore.
Not with just one of them left.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't he just move around? Yeah, Korgo's just gonna run all the way to the side.
And you
Okay,
do
there
not
we
trigger
go.
an attack of opportunity.
Good.
It's good to know.
That leaves us the bison head. It is floating between Grifka and Korgo. It turns to Korgo, who has gotten the closest of anybody to this shrine, this altar, and it attacks Korgo and rolls a 27.
That hits.
Okay,
It's pretty good. Pretty good attempt.
and that's 7 points of damage. And then it attempts to shove Korgo
Horns. My one weakness.
with a 21.
That is a successful shove.
All right, so it throws Corgo over it. Like it grabs Corgo with a horn and flips him over it, throwing him 10 feet.
Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
And then with its last action, it tries to attack him again, but with a big penalty. 11. It misses. And that takes us to Zancath again. Zancath, finish this thing off.
Yep, I'm going to stride over, so I'm flanking with Grifka, which means it's off guard. And I'm going to stab it. Well,
Ish.
Do I want to... That's a natural one, folks. Do I want to hero point that?
No, that's not worth it.
I'm at
It's
15
my turn
HP.
and then Corgo's turn.
You're right. Okay, I am going to stab it again. You're right, I'm not going to hero point it, but I will stab it again. Maybe. That's an 18.
That is a hit.
10 damage.
10 damage. It's in really bad shape. You stab it. What are you attacking with? A short sword?
Yeah, short sword.
Yeah, so you stab up through it with a short sword, and it starts to fall apart, but it's not quite destroyed yet.
I take off part of one of its horns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
All right, Aklep, this thing is barely able to keep floating. The fire is starting to sputter out. What would you like to do?
Probably kill it.
Okay, how would you like to kill it?
I support this.
I would like Grifka to do... Can Grifka hit first?
Sure. You can
Yeah.
give Grifka an order to attack, and it would get 2 actions, so Grifka could attack twice.
Yeah, we're going to tell Grifka to punch it.
Okay.
Grifka rolls a 28 to hit.
It's a very successful
Whoa, that's a
punch.
critical hit.
It's 18 hit.
Yeah, well, that completely destroys this thing with some damage to spare. How does Grifka kill this thing?
Grifka reaches out with the tendril that now that he knows this thing is harmed by fire, it is like just flaming. It's just raging flames and just smacks him straight in the little missing nose part of the skull.
Okay. All right, well, it collapses to the ground and shatters. And that is the end of combat. You have defeated 4 floating skulls. And the room becomes quiet.
Grifka is hopping happily like a boxer who's getting riled up.
All right, and now you're in this quiet room. There's nothing but this altar here, the painting on the wall, the offerings around the altar. What do you want to do?
Corgo looks down at Grifka and says, "Nice job." And he gives him like a fist bump, and then he like doesn't want to show anybody, but then he like looks at his fist after the fist bump like it hurt.
Zancath leans against the wall and takes some deep breaths, because that was painful.
Yeah, Zancath's wounded.
Yeah, you're right, thanks.
I did not expect that. It came out of... It wasn't surprising, and yet it was surprising. I am fine. I might just need to sit down for a little bit.
Yeah, it's just another reminder that this cave sucks.
This cave is, in fact, terrible.
Aklep nods.
Should we not go near that thing? Like, would it make another set of these, or what are these?
I don't know.
I'll tell you what. You could make some checks if you want to try to figure some stuff out.
I would like to make some checks.
All right. You could do Arcana or Religion check on that altar.
I feel like I already did a religion check on the altar and failed it.
You did something. You might have. Actually, no. You did. Didn't you do a religion check on the
I think it was religion on the things.
skulls?
Yeah.
I feel like I also did a religion check on the whole altar when we first came in the room.
It's possible.
Maybe. That's possible.
And that's how you learned about the dragon thing, right? Dragonheart?
After battle started, you definitely did a religion check. There's a bunch of ones I can't see because they were private. They were GM rolls. Oh, that was the bad guys.
Oh, I do see a religion check. That was actually a natural 1.
Yeah, that was probably
Yeah.
it. I'm going to do an Arcana check, if I may. I don't think I've done one of those on this. 13?
No, you're not able
Yeah.
to figure out anything about this hazard, this altar.
I'll try to do an Arcana check. It's a 7.
No. Yeah, you don't know if this thing's still dangerous or not.
I don't know if approaching it now would be a bad idea, but I feel we should err on the side of caution and leave it as is. We can.
Now, I'll give you one more bit of information, though. You are now within the same range that you were when it activated the first time, and it's not doing anything.
That's helpful.
Right? It activated when you got within 10 feet. You and Corgo are both within 10 feet, and it's not doing anything.
Okay.
Now, maybe if you step within 5 feet, maybe it will. You don't know.
Should I maybe try to heal up Zancat?
Yeah, you could do some medicine checks.
Yeah.
I am immune to treat wounds for an hour because I used it at the beginning of the battle.
Medicine.
You can heal though.
Well, I guess I can use my second rank heal.
Yeah, you could use a spell. That's true.
Okay, so I use my first rank heal, but I can use my second rank heal, I assume, because it looks like it's marked off. Like I can't use it again until I rest, but my other one's not marked off, so we're good.
Yeah.
If I healed everyone in the area, that would not revive the dead creatures, right?
Correct.
That would be a really impressive heal if you managed to bring back dead creatures.
You know,
But I understand asking, but yeah.
Yep, you could do a 3-action heal.
Yeah, I'll do the 3-action heal. Just heal, top off everybody. Because this place isn't dangerous, but just in case.
Well, it could be.
It is.
Who knows?
So I'm dispersing vital energy in a 30-foot emanation.
Right.
Does it get the extra 8 for the emanation or just the 1d8?
Hold on.
And is it heightened because it's obviously 3rd rank? So maybe it's 2d8.
It should be 2d8 plus... That's it. Just 2d8.
Okay. 15 healing to all in the 30-foot emanation.
Wow, nice roll.
I feel much better. Thank you. Still not 100%, but better.
That's so awesome.
So now what do you want to do?
I do worry that... okay, wait. Before I go into character, a question. Did the creatures seem to emanate from the bowl when they appeared? Or did they just appear?
They were offerings left on the ground around the bowl.
Okay.
So there are bones and things scattered on the ground around it. And they floated up into the air when you approached.
Okay. Are there more bones on the ground in that case?
There are more bones, but you don't see any more skulls.
Okay. I would like to make it so that nobody else gets attacked. I'm hesitant to damage the bowl for fear that would then damage us. But that is the only thing I can think of at the moment to end this. Or we can leave it and stop people from coming here as we pass through.
Aklep looks down at one of the skulls. And he lifts up his foot and he stomps on it.
Okay. It is crushed.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's
Aklep
awesome.
says, crush bones?
I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, might as well.
Definitely. Yeah, we go around stomping
We
on skulls.
we
All right.
have a little stomp bones party.
Okay. You
Seems
crush those
safer.
skulls. Now, do you want to walk up and crush the skulls next to the altar as well? Not the skulls. The bones next to
Okay.
the altar as well.
Yes.
All right. So step up to that altar.
Yeah, Aklep's doing it. He's brave.
Okay. Nothing happens. You
Okay,
crush
cool.
the bones.
Yeah.
Thanks, Aklep. That was really like cathartic or whatever that word is.
Like a rage room. Is there any cool stuff among these bones?
So you search the area. Is that right?
Yes.
You find a few things. You find a scroll. You find a stick of incense. And you find an uncut diamond.
Ooh.
What?
Anyone want to make a crafting check on that incense or that diamond? I can tell you what they're worth.
I will go for the diamond.
Okay.
25.
I'll just let you roll that on both of them.
Cool.
The incense is worth 5 gold pieces. The diamond is worth 20 gold pieces.
20. Cool.
20.
What's the scroll?
Make a religion check.
All right, come on. It's about time for a good religion check, y'all.
Or nature or arcana, I guess.
This one was a 14.
You don't have arcane or occult spells, right?
I have no clue.
You have nature, I think, as your spell tradition.
Would make sense, yes.
Yeah, so you don't know what this spell is. You need to try to identify it. You don't recognize this spell.
I assume I probably can't. Like, I've got
I would let you roll. I would let you roll Arcana or Nature or Religion.
Okay, I'm gonna do
Occult.
Nature. 20.
20. Okay, yeah, this is a scroll of false life.
Ooh.
Although, I guess in the remaster it's called false vitality to avoid infringing on the Wizards of the Coast IP. This is a kind of necromancy spell. You augment your flesh with the energies typically used to manipulate the undead. You gain 10 temporary hit points.
Now that we know, is it something that Aklep can use?
I think you could use it.
Okay.
Let's see.
I don't
You
really
might
know
have
how
to think
scrolls work in Pathfinder.
Casting a spell from a scroll requires holding the scroll in one hand and activating it with a cast a spell activity using the normal number of actions for that spell.
Okay.
To cast a spell from a scroll, the spell must appear on your spell list.
Okay. There we go.
No, actually.
Okay.
Seems strange that you can't make some sort of attempt to cast it anyway, but it sounds like you can't.
Okay. I tell the others what I have found out about the items.
Okay.
Can I look in the bowl? I think you gave us an idea of what was in the ash and
bones, some polished stones that aren't worth anything, carved rocks. They look like little animals, a little tiny dragon carving. Again, not worth anything. They're very crude. Some animal pelts, some clay vessels.
There was the bowl on the altar, right?
Right. That's
the
offering bowl.
Okay,
Yep.
and so just like some of ththose things are in the bowl?
In the bowl, and some are around, yes.
I think that we should probably, there's, because we discovered that the picture, the painting was itself magical, and perhaps that's where those creatures emanated from, in which case I don't know that there's anything that we can do to stop them. So I think we should probably leave this as is otherwise.
Can I kick it over?
I guess. I'm going to step back, though.
Cool. The painting is pretty rad. I mean, I don't have anywhere to put it.
I mean, it's on the wall. I don't think you can...
Is it like part of the wall? Or is it like, I don't know, in one of those...
It's painted onto the wall. It's not on canvas or anything.
Oh, okay.
It's a fancy cave painting.
It's pretty cool.
So you're going to kick over the altar?
Yeah.
Aklep,
All right.
Aklep, dear, maybe you would like to join me back here a bit.
Aklep shrugs and takes a step back.
Corgo kicks over the altar. The offerings scatter across the floor. The bowl makes sounds against the rock, and nothing happens.
Okay.
Nice.
Dragon's gonna hate that.
I don't know. Does it even know? Like, what's the point of having an altar way deep in a cave for a dragon?
So that they don't get eaten, I suppose, while they are praising it. But yes, it does seem like it would make more sense to have it where the dragon can also appreciate the offerings.
Why would you worship something that eats you?
A question that has lasted the centuries, Corgo. I don't really have that answer.
Okay.
In hopes it doesn't eat you.
Oh, quite right, Aklep. Quite right.
I guess that makes sense.
Now what do you want to do?
You guys want to worship 16 wolves?
I don't think worshipping is what's going to end up happening with them, but we can go have a chat.
Wait, is that how this works? You just like pray to stuff and it doesn't eat you?
You can attempt it.
I wish somebody told me that a long time ago.
It doesn't always work, Corgo, so use it sparingly.
It was another joke.
Okay. I like Acklep's jokes. They're pretty good.
Yeah, so good.
Pretty awesome.
So, are we going to try to scare the wolves away? We must do something about them before the following can come through, but we can try to scare them, or we can...
Maybe I can talk to them.
I'm certainly here to give that a try, rather than fighting 16 wolves.
Okay, so you're heading back out of this chamber. Aklep, as you head out of the chamber, as you're turning to leave, you see a painted carving on the wall on the way out, which someone has tried to scratch out. They weren't thorough enough, though, and you can still make it out. It shows two streams flowing together to make a pool and a cave, And above the pool is a vertical shaft leading up into a small room. The room has been heavily defaced, so you can't tell what was being depicted inside it.
Oh.
Aklep's going to point out this painting to the others.
Okay. Aklep points to this painting on the wall. It's a carving that has been painted. It's a totally different style from the dragon. Clearly, someone else did this.
Zancath, does this look like your water?
I assume that, yeah, I'm just going to make the assumption. Yes, that does seem logical. There were two streams coming together and it created the pool. Yes, that it's possible that there is, in fact, a vertical shaft somewhere in that room, but I couldn't see it from where I was.
We haven't seen Necromancer yet? Maybe?
Not yet.
Maybe?
Maybe the next place we have to go. I don't relish the idea. The water seemed very cold, but we can certainly go look.
This cave of fun never ends.
Nope, it just seems to keep going. Well,
Okay, so where are you going then?
Maybe this one's the fun part.
We gotta go over that walkway with the 16 wolves.
Okay, so you head to the walkway.
do we want to deal, like, everybody's on, I'm the only injured one, but do we want to deal with the wolves? It's too early to go back to sleep. Okay, we'll just deal with it.
I mean, we could instead decide to deal with the water thing, but who knows what that is?
Who knows what
also?
that's gonna be? So why not try? Like, I think trying to scare the wolves is the logical first step, and maybe they'll just run away. If not, we can fight them from an elevated position and maybe have a better chance.
Oh, maybe we could just talk to them.
Yeah, that works too. But I think we should do it from the bridge.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I like that plan. Let's do it.
Aklep, would you like to take the lead in trying to convince the wolves that they should skedaddle?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
So you step out onto the bridge. The wolves are still sleeping. There are some of them on those shelves, those platforms on the east and west side of that chamber. And then there are 6 of them, 6 of the 16, that are on the floor in the middle of the cave. What does Aklep do?
Before Aklep starts talking, I'm going to sheath my sword and take out my bow.
Okay.
Aklep has animal empathy, which gives him a connection to the creatures of the natural world that allows him to communicate with them on a rudimentary level.
Mm-hmm.
So he can ask questions of and receive answers from and use the diplomacy skill with animals. So I guess I want to use the diplomacy skill with these animals to see if they would get out of our way. No, he's not skilled in diplomacy, so maybe he should just talk to them first.
So what do you say to them?
This is my thought process. I don't know if this is a great way to wake a bunch of wolves up, but I figure Aklep is going to do his best to do like a wolf howl to get their attention.
Okay, give me a wolf howl.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Aklep, like, he cups his hands around his mouth, and he lifts his head up, and he goes, "Oh!" But it sounds cooler than that.
Yeah.
Yo, Aklep, that was really weak. They didn't even wake up.
He starts laughing halfway through it sounds like.
Listen, he goes, "Oh!" I don't know. I can't do this, guys.
Listeners, use your imagination.
Please. Maybe if I can get my dogs to howl, but
That's probably not a good idea.
yeah, it'll start sounding real bad in here.
Whoa, Aklep, that last one was really good. Incredible.
So you howl at them, and all the wolves lift their heads up, and the 6 that are on the floor in the middle of the room, as a group, move toward the bridge and stand there looking up at it and looking up at you. And they are growling and snarling, and they do not look happy about your presence. You want to try to talk to them and calm them down, Aklep? That's what you're trying to do?
Yes.
Is there anything special you want to do to try to help this, or do you just want to make a nature check?
Yeah, nature check sounds great.
Okay, make a nature check.
Josh, can you help? Or I can help?
Oh man, helping. I love helping. Of course.
You have a special thing for helping, right? I'm remembering that correctly?
Yes.
I'm a very special helper.
You're a very special helper.
Okay, so do I wait for you to roll since you're
yes,
helping?
you wait
or?
for Josh to roll.
Okay, 28. I can't remember what the new rules are for helping. I think it's
That's
a plus
critical
1.
success.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
+2.
You get +2.
Yeah, maybe you should have rolled the nature check.
What's the vibe here that Acklep's going for? Are we scaring these wolves? Or are you trying to be like dominant style? What?
Yeah. I mean, Acklep by nature is scary. Really,
Yeah.
like, he has a skill called Acklep is scary. So he's definitely he's not like boo, but he is like, you don't want to mess with me.
All right, so that's what Corgo does. Corgo makes himself as tall as possible, puffs out his chest, and makes his eyes wide, and he's growling back.
All right, so +2 on Acklep's nature check. Go ahead and roll that.
All right, so Acklep rolled a 15, which is not nearly as good as Corgo's.
Plus
Does that
2.
include the +2?
But the +2 will get a 17.
I think you should hero point that thing.
So, first with a
That is a
17,
bad roll.
the wolves stop growling and do the head tilt thing.
Oh, not cute.
Oh my god, I love them now.
Cute little puppies.
And they all look at you. They don't look friendly, but they look a little curious about what is going on. And the way this works, you may now, because you succeeded on the first one, you may now attempt a second nature check to try to get them to stand down and calm down.
Okay. I will make a second nature check.
Can Corgo help? And if he can't, can I at this point?
Yes, Corgo can help again.
Yeah.
It's a separate check.
Oh, 32. Critical success.
Whoa!
My
Wow.
goodness.
Okay, so Corgo, I guess, I don't know, are you trying to be scary again? Or are you...
No, they all do a head tilt. Corgo does a head tilt.
Corgo does a head tilt. Okay. Yeah, they seem to read your body language as that you're also curious about them. Acklep, make that nature check with a +2.
Okay.
Woo!
Oh,
Acklep rolls a 34 total. Well,
Nat
a natural 20.
Yeah.
20.
yeah. Wow. All the wolves sit down on their haunches and look up at you with their tongues hanging out. And they all seem to think that you're sort of in charge, or at least really friendly. They have effectively been recruited
Did we just recruited a wolf pack
of 16
of
wolves.
16 wolves? Excellent. Okay.
I've got some good news for you, Corgo.
You want a wolf?
I mean, nothing can ever replace Rangara, but 16 wolves is a good start.
Okay. Well, I don't know what we do with 16 wolves now.
Take them
we
back
have a
to
new problem.
take them back to the following, I guess.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, they seem really curious and friendly. The other wolves get down from the shelves, and they all stand around looking up at you as you stand on this bridge.
Acklep's gonna go off the bridge to meet the wolves.
Okay.
Whoa. Whoa.
Well, that went better than I possibly could have imagined.
That's a lot of walking.
A 34. A 34 at this level will get you pretty much whatever you want, whatever is possible, you know? They all are extremely friendly. They're licking you and sniffing you. They're very happy to see you. You're sending off good wolf vibes.
For sure. I always try to.
It's like a forever thing.
Yeah.
I guess we've got a pathway cleared out for the following now. I mean,
I'm going to continue through the cave, a little hesitant walking between all the many wolves, but I want to check the way out. None of the wolves eat me, so...
oh, this room smells like pee so bad, you guys. It's gross.
And I assume that getting to the exit, I just, it's a fine way out of here?
Yes.
Cool.
Zancath walks all the way up to the exit to the cave, and she can see the valley flowing out in front of her, just the rolling hills. It's beautiful.
Remind me what the name of the person who takes care of the animals with the following is.
You mean the girl who loves animals?
Uh-huh.
Emic.
Emic, thank you. Well, we seem to have found a way out. Emic will be quite excited, I imagine, for 16 wolves. But we do still have the problem of that necromancer hanging around somewhere, likely in that vertical shaft, but I don't know where else they would be at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe there's no necromancer or whatever. We got the secret room that you found. Aklep found a little diagram of or whatever. And then also the furry explosive beaver thing area.
We do have those.
So we could just leave that alone, hopefully.
Keep people out of it. I think should be fine.
Secret room's left. We can do that tomorrow. We can take these wolves back right now.
I think we take the wolves back. We rest. We don't know what we would be going into with this secret room, or even getting to the secret room could be dangerous in and of itself. So yes, I think we head back and take some wolves.
Aklep nods.
So you lead the wolf pack through the caves. They seem a little nervous inside. They don't seem real comfortable with this place.
I get it.
Can Aklep ask them what makes them nervous about the cave?
Oh yeah, you want to try to communicate with them? Do you have to roll something? You roll diplomacy?
I mean, it said you can make diplomacy checks, but it says you can also ask them questions and get answers.
Okay. So you're just trying to interpret their body language. You're not directly talking to them. You get the sense that they smell something dangerous in here. In fact, as you walk, I'm going to move you around the map here just a little bit. Hold on, where's Corgo?
He's way down at the bottom.
I was looking at this view is sweet. Sorry, I didn't know we were going back the other way. I'm ready.
Let me grab the group of you and move you together here, if you don't mind.
Is it creepy Smilodon guy? Is he the thing that's freaking him out? Because sure.
As you lead them through the caves, you pass the area where there's that stream flowing by, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see that to your northeast? The wolves seem nervous about that direction.
Okay.
Like they smell something there that seems dangerous. As you walk by the demon-infested room, they don't like that room very much either. And they don't seem to really react to the room as the tribespeople in it. You walk all the way back out, past the scree, past Vare's hideout, past the now destroyed mold. Then you walk into the room where that demon had taken the Smilodon pelts, and they don't like that room either.
Yeah.
They don't like the smell of that room at all. And you walk back out past the bats. They seem a little nervous about the bats. And you walk out. They carefully step around the ice. It's easier when you got 4 legs. And you lead them to the following, where Emic comes running up to you, but she seems kind of nervous. These are wolves. They're big. They're scary. They're carnivores. And she sort of hides behind Aklep. And Aklep, this girl grabs your leg and hides behind you as you lead these wolves into the camp. And she begins asking you questions.
Oh, God. It's about to start again.
We'll leave it there for today.
Can they survive another barrage of questions?
Thanks for listening to Broken Tusk Rising. You can help the podcast by giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, by following us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at The House of Bob, or by chatting with us on Discord, and most of all, by supporting us on Patreon. That's at patreon.com/thehouseofbob. This show is possible due to all our patrons, who get one-shots, commentary, and other cool stuff. Art for this campaign is by Sean Makes, and art for social media, audio production, and music are by Mike. Thanks again for listening, and roll on!
How do you play this game?
Good question.
Dude, same question all the time.
Josh, I think you need to look inside yourself to answer that kind of question. I don't think we can answer it for you.
Whenever I do that, I don't like what I see.
No.
I'm just going to not do that. Oh, I feel like there was an update. I feel like things are a little different.
Things
There
are a
was
little
a big
different.
update,
Yeah.
several updates,
Okay.
actually.
Okay, that's fine. I just,
You just have to relearn stuff now.
yeah. It's not a big deal. Okay, here we go. Oh, roll a natural one.
Hero point.
This update sucks.
Maybe close Foundry and reopen it, Josh. It's clearly very angry at you right now.
I don't mind doing that. Yeah, let's do that. 2 natural ones in a row is not cool.
It's not cool.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Mike was so disgusted.
I had to sneeze. Is that what happens when you get disgusted? You sneeze?
Yeah,
Is that what that noise was?
Yeah.
that's definitely a sneeze.
I thought it was a disgusted laugh. Like,
Oh, no.
stupid Foundry.
No.
Well, I don't like when Mike privately rolls a bunch of dice.
Huh? What?
Oh, whoops. I just gave myself a permanent +4 bonus in nature. That's
Cool.
That's not how
real
you
bummer.
do it. That's not how you do it.
I'm here for it.
There we go. I don't know if Mike would appreciate that.
I like it. Teach me. I'll do it too. I'm glad that my good role was recruiting 16 wolves.
That
That was sweet.
That was
Yeah,
a
that
good
real
time to
sweet.
have that kind of a roll. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's a time to roll a natural 20, that's it.
Yeah. I can't imagine that having 16 wolves with our following is a bad thing. So